Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Nrsimhadev Jaya Nrsimhadev Nrsimhadev Jaya Nrsimhadev Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada ki Gaur Premanande. Readings from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 19, The Appearance of Sukadeva Goswami. Today we will deal with text 2. Before getting into the text, we will chant the auspicious invocation prayers. I will chant, please try to repeat. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Nigamakalpatarorgalitam phalam Sukhamukatamrita dravasamyutam Pibata Bhagavatam rasamalayam Mughuraho rasika bhuvi bhavakaha Narayanam namaskritya Naranchaiva narottamam Devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayet Nashtaprayesha badreshu Nityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavatyuttama shloke Bhaktir bhavati naishtiki dhruvaṁ tato me kṛta-deva-helanād. dhruvaṁ tato me kṛta-deva-helanād. duratyayam vyasanam nāti-dīrghāt. duratyayam vyasanam nāti-dīrghāt. tadastu kāmaṁ hi agha-niṣkṛtāya me. tadastu kāmaṁ hi agha-niṣkṛtāya me. yathā na kuryāṁ punareva addhā. yathā na kuryāṁ punareva addhā. dhruvaṁ tato me kṛta-deva-helanād. duratyayam vyasanam nāti-dīrghāt. tadastu kāmaṁ hi agha-niṣkṛtāya me. yathā na kuryāṁ punareva addhā. dhruvaṁ tato me kṛta-deva-helanād. duratyayam vyasanam nāti-dīrghāt. tadastu kāmaṁ hi agha-niṣkṛtāya me. yathā na kuryāṁ punareva addhā. dhruvaṁ tato me kṛta-deva-helanād. vyasanam nāti-dīrghāt. tadastu kāmaṁ hi agha-niṣkṛtāya me. yathā na kuryāṁ punareva addhā. Matajis. dhruvaṁ tato me kṛta-deva-helanād. duratyayam vyasanam nāti-dīrghāt. tadastu kāmaṁ hi agha-niṣkṛtāya me. yathā na kuryāṁ punareva addhā. dhruvaṁ, sure and certain. tataḥ, therefore, may my kṛta-deva-helanād, because of disobeying the orders of the Lord, duratyayam, very difficult, vyasanam, calamity, not, ati, greatly, dhruvaṁ, far off, that, astu, let it be, kāmam, desire without reservations. He certainly, agha, sins, niṣkṛtāya, for getting free, may my, yathā, so that, never, kuryāṁ, shall I do it, punaḥ, again, evam, as I have done, addhā, directly. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charananda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation. Please repeat. King Parīkṣit thought, due to my neglecting the injunctions of the Supreme Lord, I must certainly expect some difficulty to overcome me in the near future. Now I desire, without reservations, that the calamity come now. For in this way, I may be freed of the sinful actions and not commit such an offense again. Purport. The Supreme Lord enjoins that the Brahmanas and cows must be given all protection. The Lord is himself very much inclined to do good to the Brahmanas and cows. Go Brahmana hitaya cha. Maharaja Parīkṣit knew all this, and thus he concluded that his insulting a powerful Brahmana was certainly to be punished by the laws of God, and he was expecting something very difficult in the near future. He therefore desired the imminent calamity to fall on him and not his family members. A man's personal misconduct affects all his family members. Therefore, Maharaja Parīkṣit desired the calamity to fall on him alone. By suffering personally, he would be restrained from future sins, and at the same time, the sin which he had committed would be counteracted so that his descendants would not suffer. This is the way a responsible devotee thinks. The family members of a devotee also share the effects of devotee's service unto the Lord. Maharaja Prahlād saved his demon father by his personal devotional service. A devotee's son in the family is the greatest boon or blessing of the Lord. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahyam Dadadi Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurun Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanasute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Tapitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swamini Namine Namacharya Padayane Takrapa Padayane Gaura Kṛta-deva-helanād Nagara Gramatarine Mokam Karoti Vachalam Pangalangayate Grim Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyam Ishwaram Kathanchana Smrite Yasmin Dushkaram Sukaram Bhave Tu Smrite Yukritam Syat Sri Chaitanyam Namamitam. Hare Krishna. Dhruvam tato me kṛta-deva-helanād duratyayam vyasanam nāti-dīrghāt tadastu kāmaṁ hi agha-niṣkṛtāya me yathā kuryāṁ punar addhā. King Parīkṣit thought, due to my neglecting the injunctions of the Supreme Lord, I must certainly expect some difficulty to overcome me in near future. Now I desire without reservation that the calamity come now, for this way I may be freed from the sinful reactions and not commit such an offense again. So Prabhupada writes a very nice short purport to this verse, but within this purport there are many topics which are important topics. Prabhupada touches about the position of the cows and brahmanas, the topic of cow protection, the topic of Vaishnava Aparadh, the topic of the duty of a leader, the topic of the mood of a devotee in accepting responsibility for his actions, the topic of devotee children, and also the topic of Krishna consciousness and its auspicious effect on everybody around the devotee. So there are multiple topics within this purport. Of course, we will not be able to discuss all these topics because we have limited time. So, one of the primary topics of this purport is a devotee taking responsibility for his actions. So, we will just try to deal with that one topic today. We will not get into all other topics, but since all these topics are there, I thought it is prudent to list these topics before we could actually get into one topic. And this topic of devotee taking responsibility for his actions is very, very important. And the mood of Parīkṣit Maharaj is exemplary in this matter. So Prabhupada actually captures the mood of Parīkṣit Maharaj with one word. What is that word? That word is kāmam. Prabhupada translates kāmam as desire without reservations. Now I desire without reservation that the calamity come now, for in this way I may be freed of sinful actions and not commit such an offense again. So this is the mood of Parīkṣit Maharaj. So even though by unprecedented will of the Lord, so if we actually carefully follow the actions of Maharaja Parīkṣit in his dealings with Samika Rishi, Prabhupada uses this word repeatedly. That word is unprecedented, because it was never expected that Parīkṣit would do it. It was never expected. He is a great devotee. So it is, Bhagavatam actually glorifies him. It says, Savai Bhagavato Raja. That person is not an ordinary person. He is Bhagavata. He is a great devotee. And even in his childhood, what he was doing, he was not playing like ordinary children. He was not playing like ordinary children. He was playing Bala Kridanakai Kridam Krishna Kridam Yadate, Bhagavatam says. That even in his childhood play, he would simply enact the pastimes of Krishna and he would enjoy those pastimes. That is the kind of person we are talking about. He is not an ordinary person. He is the person for whom the Supreme Lord directly entered into his mother's womb to save him. So his behavior with Saumika Rishi was definitely unprecedented. But having behaved in such a way, Parīkṣit did not think that, okay, whatever I have done, it's done and dusted. This English is a saying, done and dusted. Means it is finished, it's gone. He did not think like that. He was reflecting on his actions. That's the most important thing to understand. Because we are in the society of International Society of Krishna Consciousness. Means that every action we do, we have to do it consciously. Our actions cannot be automatic reactions to external stimulus. In Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is asking to Krishna, Sthita pragyasya ka bhasha. How does a sthita prajna, a person with fixed consciousness, how does he speak? How does he react to external world? How does he walk? How does he talk? How does he sit? How does he do these things? Prabhupada explains that each of these actions indicate how does he react to various situations by his senses. For example, walking is caused by desire. That desire causes movement. Without desire, there is no movement. there is a system of yoga, is called ajagra vritti. Ajagra vritti means taking the life of a python. Means that the yogi simply stays in one place. He doesn't move from that place. Whatever comes by providence to eat in that place, he eats. If nothing comes for him to eat in that place, he simply starves. It's an artificial way of controlling desire, because the basis of movement is desire. So, how does he react to his desires? How does he sit? Means that how does he control his senses? How does he talk? Means how does he react to external stimulus? Because talking is a reaction to external stimulus. Like for example, you feel pain and then you say, ah. That ah, the sound which came from the mouth is simply a reaction to the pain which is there. Or someone comes and asks you, how are you? You say, I'm fine. Or you see someone and then you ask him, how are you? That question is a reaction to seeing a person whom you know. So, talking is actually a reaction which comes from external circumstances. So, how does he react to external circumstances? These are the questions which Arjuna is asking about a person which is fixed mind. Because a person with fixed mind or a sthita prajna, he is conscious of his actions. He is conscious of his actions. He thinks that what am I doing, and whether whatever I am doing is appropriate or not appropriate. So therefore, Parīkṣit's action with respect to Saumika Rishi was unprecedented. But having done that, Parīkṣit is reflecting. Maharaj Parīkṣit is thinking, what I have done, is this something I should have done? Is this something which is expected of me? Is this something which is correct? Is this something which will please Krishna? Is this something befitting my position? So he's thinking. He's thinking. And then his conclusion is that whatever I have done is not pleasing to the Supreme Lord. Therefore, it is not an action which is befitting my position as a devotee. What he thinks next is very, very important. He doesn't think, but I have an impeccable record as a devotee. From my childhood to till now, my record as a devotee is impeccable. Nobody can poke a fault at what I have done till now. In fact, I have done great things. I have put Kali in place. I have controlled Kali completely. I have done so many different types of sacrifices. I have pleased the Supreme Lord in every way. I am coming from a glorious dynasty. My forefathers, Krishna was living in our house. I am such a great personality. One small mistake, let it go. Let it go. Or I will go to the Supreme Lord and tell him, Krishna, you know who I am. You have seen me from the kid. I am called Parīkṣit, the one who looks for Krishna everywhere. I am called Vishnurata, the one who is protected by Krishna. So what you should do, you should protect me. That's what is your job. You should simply protect me. You know how great I am. I don't have to tell you this. No, he doesn't do it. He doesn't do it. He is expecting unreservedly. This is the very beautiful word. Desire without reservation. Without any sort of reservation. Without any sort of expectation of a concession. He is thinking, let it befall. Let Krishna punish me. I deserve punishment. I deserve punishment. I have broken dharma, I deserve punishment. This is how a devotee is. A devotee never breaks dharma, knowingly or unknowingly. If he does break dharma, then he becomes completely aware and then he becomes completely ready. I have broken dharma, I have to be punished. It's very, very important. We cannot think that I can do whatever I want, but I will chant Hare Krishna and then everything is all right. I cannot break dharma and I cannot claim myself to be a devotee. It's very important. We think that, oh, dharma is meant for mundane people. I am transcendental personality. Dharma is not for me. So I can do whatever I want and I can still be called as a devotee. Everything is all right because I am devotee. Nothing is all right if we are not able to practice devotional service properly. Tesham tvantagatam papam jananam punyakarmanam te dvanda moha nirmukta bhajante mam dhruvaṁ. If we are trying to practice Krishna consciousness steadily, then Krishna gives 4 conditions for steady practice of Krishna consciousness. The first condition Krishna places is Tesam Tvantagatam Papam. This is the first condition Krishna is placing. That any devotee who wants to be sincere, he has to give up sinful activity. He has to give it up. He cannot say, no, I will do little sin here, little sin there, but I will still be devotee. He cannot do it. And what is sin? What is the definition of sin? Very clearly it is given in Bhagavatam. What is the definition of sin? That Veda pranihito dharmo hi adharmasya viparyayaha Vedo Narayana Sakshat Swayambho Riti Shushruma. Whatever has been said as acceptable in Vedas, this is dharma. Whatever is against it, this is adharma. That's it. Hi adharmasya viparyayaha. This is adharma. So, there is no confusion about what is dharma and what is adharma. There is no confusion. We may have speculations about what is dharma and what is adharma, but in the eyes of Bhagavatam, there is no confusion. What is dharma and what is adharma? Therefore, one should be very careful not to do something sinful. This is the first and very basic thing. Tesham tvantagatam papam. We cannot say that, I am chanting Hare Krishna. To the extent possible, I am following 4 regulative principles. So everything should be all right. We cannot break dharma. So we cannot do something sinful. It's a first and basic requirement which Krishna specifies. Then he says, Jananam punyakarmanam. That we should follow the different angas of sadhana bhakti very nicely. Without that, we cannot think of doing steady devotional service. Till the time our devotional service will remain unsteady. Te dvanda moha nirmukta. That one should become free of dvanda and moha. Dvanda means duality. One should become free of duality. And one should come out of this illusion that I am this body. One should come out of this illusion. Dvanda moha nirmukta. These 4 things. Then is possible. Bhajante mam dhruvaṁ. Then it is possible. Therefore, for every devotee, it is very important that we take responsibility for our action and express some regret that what I have done is not something which is very nice. we should express some regret. We should have this genuine sense of regret that what I have done is not very nice. Then one may say, Prabhuji, Parīkṣit Maharaj insulted a Brahmana. So what he has done is not correct. So therefore he has to regret. But I have not done anything like that. So why I should regret? I am living my life very peacefully in Krishna consciousness. I have not done anything wrong. So where is the question of regret coming for me? Let me ask this question. It's a very valid question. It's a very, very valid question. But in order to find the answer for this question, one should examine the statements of Rishabhadev in 5th canto. So, in 2 shlokas, Rishabhadev identifies what is the mistake we have done. He clearly identifies it. What is the mistake we have done? He says, Nūnam pramatta kurute vikarma yat indriya pritaye apranoti na sadhumanye yatha atmano ayam asannatapi klesha ashadeha. Parābhavas tāvad abodha jāto yavanna jigyāsata atmatattvam yavad kriyās tāvadidam manovai karmatmakam yena sharira bandhaha. Very important shlokas. Prabhupada commented on these shlokas many, many times. So, very, very important shlokas. First shloka, Rishabhadev is saying that everybody in the material world is definitely mad. Nūnam pramattaha. Pramattaha means completely mad. Prakrishta rupena mattaha. Completely mad. And Nūnam prahatta means definitely without an iota of doubt, everybody is completely mad. Why we are mad? Kurute vikarma. That we are doing activities which are not appropriate and which should not be done. And Jiva Goswami explains that this vikarma is not only including sinful activities, it is also including pious activities. Because sin or piety simply causes one more body. So, vikarma is not simply limited to only sinful activity. Vikarma is also including pious activity. Pious activities which are done with the idea that I can enjoy this body. Everything comes under vikarma. Nūnam pramatta kurute vikarma yat indriya pritaya apranoti. Simply because we want sense gratification, we are doing all these activities. Na sadhu manye. This is not very good. Why it is not very good? Very beautifully explains. Yatha atmano ayam. And Prabhupada gives a wonderful translation to this. Prabhupada says, actually, the soul should not have accepted a material body. This is the mistake we have done. This is the mistake we have done. What is that? We are a spirit soul and we have accepted a material body. It's a great mistake. It's a very big mistake. It's not like a small mistake. Every other mistake we do is simply a consequence of this mistake. It's not that this is one of the mistakes I have done. I have done many mistakes. One of the mistakes is that I have accepted this body. No. This is the mother of all mistakes. That I am a spirit soul, I have accepted material body. I should not have accepted material body. Na sadhu manya. This is not good. Why it is not good? Because I am a spirit soul, but I have accepted material body. Yatha atmano ayam. I am a spirit soul. And what is the result of this? Asannapi klesada asadeha. Very quickly, I have been bound to this material body. Okay, simply out of the evolutionary cycle of the soul, I also received a human body. But still, not agreeing this mistake, I have caused defeat to myself. Parābhavas tāvad abodha jātaha. Abodha jātaha means born in ignorance. What is that ignorance? Yavanna jigyasata atma tattvam. We are not asking that who am I? What is my position? Atma tattva. What is my position? It's nicely explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Jivya Swarupa hoy, Krishna Nityadas. But without accepting that position, or without even thinking about that position, or without even trying to analyze that why am I suffering, what is the problem, you are thinking that I am not Nitya Das, I am Nitya Boss. I can boss around everybody. So, this is the problem. Parabhavastavad abodha jato yavanna jigyasata atma tattvam yavad kriyas tavadidam manovai. So, whatever we are doing, whatever we are engaging in that our mind becomes completely absorbed. And then mind accepts it as a part of our identity. Karmatmakam ena sharira bandhaha. Mind becomes karmatmaka. Prabhupada says colored by karma. Colored by karma. And then it simply binds us to body after body. So therefore, we have enough opportunity to regret accepting this material body. And then we can see that in Bhagavatam, there are very nice examples of such regret. Like Gajendra, he got caught by the crocodile. And then he was praying to the Supreme Lord. For what? For saving his body. That was the only reason for his prayer. He wanted to be saved from the crocodile and the impending death which is going to be caused by the crocodile. He understood that I am not able to fight this crocodile, nor my family members are able to help me. This crocodile is going to pull me into water, it is going to kill me, it is going to devour me. I don't want to die. I want to save this body, because this body is very precious for me. So simply to save his body, Gajendra started praying to the Supreme Lord. But as he was praying to the Supreme Lord, and he was recollecting the different qualities and activities of the Supreme Lord, and as he was recollecting his own position, then he realized, how stupid is my prayer? Why should I save this body? There's no point saving this body. Of course, the situation with the crocodile is painful, and I want to come out of this painful situation. So I have actually prayed to the Lord to take me out of this painful situation, but continuing in this body is not very intelligent. It's not a very intelligent decision. If I have prayed to the Supreme to come and save me, I should also tell him to finish this body. To finish this body. What is the use of this body? So therefore he says, Jiji vinaham ihamu yaya kim antarbahishcha vradapyasya yonaya ichchami kale nayasya viplavas tasyatma loka varanasya moksham. Very, very thought-provoking shloka. The complete mood of the prayer simply changes in that one shloka. He says that I don't want to live. Jiji vinaham ihamu yayakim. What is the use of keeping this body? Antar bahir chavritabhya yonaya. Inside and outside this body is simply a covering of ignorance. And what is the very nature of this body? It gets destroyed and remade by time and again, time and again. Time factor destroys this body, gives one more body, destroys that body, gives one more body. That's the very nature of this body. So, if I am praying to the Supreme Lord, better why not pray to Him? Give me a body which will not be destroyed by time. Ichchāmi kālena yasya viplavas tasyātma lokā varanasya moksha. Viplavaha means destruction. Kālena viplavaha, that time factor destroys. I want that kind of body which will not be destroyed by time. I am fed up of this body which is destroyed by time. It's a mistake. I accepted this body. It's a mistake. I don't want this. Enough is enough. I don't want this body. And who is saying this? Gajendra is saying this. It's very important that Gajendra is saying this, because he was enjoying his body like anything. He was so powerful that when he walks in the forest, lions would run away. So powerful. He had big family, and they would wander around the forest without reservation. There was nobody to stop him. And he was very proud of his power. What kind of power I have? Nobody else has this power. And he was very proud of his physical strength, that he would get into the water, and then for hours he will pull the water on his trunk and then spray it on his children. For hours he would do it. He was so strong. And he thought, nobody is there to challenge me. I am an unchallenged leader of this forest. Who dares to challenge me? Till he was disturbed by the crocodile, who was also drunk with power. And who was thinking, who is there to challenge me in this water? Who is this stupid elephant who is coming to challenge me? Now I will show this elephant who is more powerful. Me or this elephant? I'll pull this guy and eat him for breakfast. He thinks he is a great man. So drunk with power, simply they're challenging each other. And Gajendra understood, it's all waste of time, simply waste of time, to have this body and then to go around and think I am great man and have some big position, big power. All waste of time. Better finish off this business. And same with Vritrasura. Vritrasura is very nicely praying to the Lord, that he's saying that mamattama shloka janānusakyam. Mamattama shloka janānusakyam. I simply want friendship of those devotees who are greatly attached to you. I simply want that friendship. Why do you want that friendship? The Lord is asking him. Why do you want that friendship? You have a lot of people. You have so many friends. You have your family members. You have so many people around you who are all accepting you as leader. Why do you want the friendship of devotees? Then he is saying that this friendship is not good. What I am having, my present friendship, is not very good. Why it is not very good? That friendship simply causes me to rotate in the world of birth and death. It simply causes me to rotate in this world of birth and death because of activities which are coming out of desire to enjoy this body. Why should I do that? I don't want to do it anymore. I have no interest in doing this anymore. Why should I do that? Why? Why do you don't want to do it? I have suffered enough. I have suffered enough trying to do this. Tvanmaya atma atmaja dharagraheshu. Stuck in your external energy. I have tried to enjoy my body, my wife, my children, my house, my paraphernalia. I have tried to enjoy. And this is useless. I have come to conclusion that it's simply useless trying to enjoy this. It's useless. So what this friendship will do to you? Why do you want that friendship? He is saying that if I get that friendship, then I can cut off this bondage. I can cut off this bondage with this body. Asakta chittasya nanata bhuyat. This asakta chittam, this consciousness which is simply attracted to this body and these bodily extensions, I don't want this again. I'm fed up of this. Enough. I don't want it. So, Vritrasura, he knows. He was previously Chitraketu. He had a nice son, and the son died. He was crying. And then Narada came, and he gave him nice advice. And then Narada gave him nice prayers. He prayed, and then he saw the Supreme Lord face to face. And then again, he took one more body. And then he was going in a big aeroplane with 10,000 women trying to enjoy going on the aeroplane. Then he and Lord Shiva, they were making fun of each other. And Parvati became very angry. And then she cursed him to become demon. He became demon. Vritrasura, very powerful. Indra is going and praying to the Supreme Lord. Oh, this demon, what can we do? We don't know how to fight this person. Because this demon is so powerful that we throw all our powerful weapons on him. He simply eats them like breakfast. That's what he did. All the 33 crore devatas, they threw their weapons on him. He simply opened his mouth and he swallowed all the weapons. And then he's telling the devatas, okay, now what? You want to fight? Okay, now what? He's telling them. Now they don't know what to do. They don't have any weapon. Because if you throw some weapon, if it hurts a person, you can still think, okay, I threw some weapon, it hurt him. But if you throw a weapon and then he eats it, what will you do to him? How will you fight him? I am throwing weapon, this one is eating as breakfast. And tomorrow if I go, he will eat me also as breakfast. What will I do? So they all went to the Supreme Lord. They said, no, we cannot fight with him. You please come, you fight with him. The Lord said, no, don't worry. You go to Darichi, you make a weapon, that weapon will kill him. So the demigods are doubtful. He already ate all our weapons. You think they will make one more weapon and it will kill him? You're sure? Then the Lord assures them, don't worry. He is so powerful that he can destroy the 3 worlds. Who is saying this? Lord Narayana is saying this. He is saying Vritrasura is so powerful that he can destroy the 3 worlds. But he will not do it because he is a devotee and he is non-envious of all of you. He will agree to get killed. You go and kill him. And Indra is supposed to kill him. He goes to fight with him. And then Vritrasura attacks him. Indra drops his weapon. And then he is thinking, oh, the Supreme Lord has cheated me. Supreme Lord told me, I will use this weapon, he will be killed. But you see, he is so powerful that he has hit me and my weapon is on ground. Then Vritrasura is looking at him. What is this guy? He is not fighting. First of all, he chastised Indra. He said, you fellow, stupid, nonsense, take and fight. Indra is standing like this. No, I will not fight. Then he told Indra, see, don't worry about it. You just take the weapon and fight because Krishna has told that I will be killed. You should have faith in Krishna. Just pick up the weapon and fight. Indra is thinking, really? You think that you will get killed by this weapon? I thought, okay, there's no use to talking to this guy. Then he started praying to the Supreme Lord. Oh my Lord, please give him intelligence to fight with me. I don't have any idea to maintain this body. Nor do I have some idea that I should go to higher planet. I should enjoy the world this way, that way. Please, let us be done with this. Please inspire my enemy to fight with me and kill me, so that I can be free from this body. I have no attachment to this body. I simply want to be in the company of devotees, and I simply want to glorify you. Very clearly, Dhritarashtra is explaining that what is the nature of this body and why it is a mistake that we have accepted this body. And if we cannot understand this, Prahlad explains it much better. 5-year-old boy is telling Nrsimhadev, Yasmat priya priya viyoga samyoga janma shokagnina sakalayonishu dahyamanaha dukkha aushadam tadapi dukkam ataddhyāham bhuman brahmami vadame tavadasya yoga. Very beautiful shloka. If you meditate on this shloka, you will actually understand that what kind of stupid mistake we have made by accepting this body. Yasmat priya priya viyoga samyoga janma. If you actually analyze our life, what is happening? Sometimes we are united with things which we like. We think this is happiness. And sometimes we are separated from things which we like. We think this is distress. Sometimes we are united with things which we don't like. We think it is distress. And sometimes we are separated from things which we don't like. We think it is happiness. Only 4 things are happening in our life. And these things are happening beyond our control, simply imposed on us by time factor. We have no control over this. Time factor is imposing this on us. Yasmat priya priya viyoga samyoga janma. And what is the result of this? Shokagnina sakalayonishu dahyamanaha. This alternative experience of happiness and distress, happiness and distress, happiness and distress is actually burning us. It's burning us. Before we try to enjoy happiness, distress comes. And before we counteract distress, happiness comes. And before we try to enjoy happiness, distress comes. It's actually burning us. And it is not only in one body, in any body it is like that. Even in Brahma's body, the same thing is happening. That's why he says, Sakalayonishu dahyamanaha. There is no exception to this. It's not that you go to some higher planetary system, you can find some relief to this. Indra is sitting in his throne and all demigods are praising him. Oh Indra, you are so great, you are so nice, you are so this, you are so that. And then Brahaspati comes and Indra is thinking, I am so great, I am so this, I am so nice, I am so that. Why should I get up for this Brahaspati who is the Brahmana whom I am maintaining? And then Brahaspati simply vanishes. And then Indra is telling, oh my God, I don't know what I did. Now my Guru is gone. These demons will become very powerful. They will defeat me. So believing is like boarding a stone boat. He himself says, believing these demigods is like boarding a stone boat. And later he says, believing these demigods is like trying to hold a dog's tail and then cross the ocean. Of course, dog can swim. But if you think that you can cross the ocean by holding a dog's tail, it is so stupid. Indra himself is saying that. Please don't believe us. We ourselves cannot save ourselves. What is the need? What is the use? So there is no position which is safe. Sahalayonishu dahyamanaha. But we can always counteract distress. Suppose pandemic comes, you can put vaccine. We can counteract distress. But vaccine causes more problem than the pandemic. Dukkha aushadam tadapi dukkam. Dukkha aushadam tadapi dukkam. Every time you try to counteract distress, the solution causes a bigger problem than the solution itself. I have first-hand experience of this. I was suffering a lot in Dubai without a car. And somehow with great difficulty I took license and then bought a car. I was thinking, life is finished. I have a car now. All my problems are finished. But later I realized it takes 45 minutes to find a parking. You're better off to go in a taxi then you don't have to think about finding a parking. You simply get down, give money, you are done with, you are going. It takes 45 minutes to find a parking. And then you park a car and then go, and then you are always in tension. Who came and hit the car? What happened to this car? We don't know. Dukkha aushadam tadapi dukkam. So he says, only solution, Bhuman, oh great one. Vadamit avadasya yoga. Please instruct me in devotional service. So therefore, that we have accepted this body is a matter of regret. It is not a matter of rejoicing. It's not a matter to be very happy with. Oh, I have nice body. Let me be very happy with this body. It looks very nice when I look on the mirror. I look so handsome. Or I look so great. See, nice white hair I have. Everybody will think I am a very experienced man. This is not a body to rejoice. It's a mistake. You have to sincerely regret this mistake. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va, jagadisha kamaye, mama janmani janmani share, bhavatat bhakti rathaitu tvayi, ainanda tanuja kinkaram, patitam mam nishame bhuvam budau, kripaya tavapada pankaja stitaduli sadrasham vichintaya. And I am a servant. But I have fallen in this ocean of material existence. And I sincerely regret this. I should not have done this. Sincerely regret this. So please be merciful and give me little space at the dust of your lotus feet. Without this regret, we cannot be Krishna conscious. We cannot be Krishna conscious. Till we are thinking that there is some enjoyment left in this body, or there is some enjoyment left through mind, we cannot be Krishna conscious. We can only practice, but we cannot be Krishna conscious. So therefore, this sense of regret, which is expressed by Parīkṣit, is a very important lesson, that we should learn to regret without reservation. The mistake of accepting this material body. And we should wait very patiently. Actually, there is a nice passage from Nectar of Devotion, but we don't have time. We should wait very patiently. While going through all the tribulations of whatever we face in Krishna consciousness, we should wait very patiently for the Lord's mercy. Okay, we'll stop here. We have 2 minutes if you have some question. Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much for the class, friend. Can we get attached to devotees?
Of course we should get attached to devotees.
But
we should get attached to the Krishna consciousness of the devotees. Like, see, every devotee is a package, except Uttamadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, Kanishtadhikari. Every devotee is a package. What is their package? They have Krishna consciousness and they have also anarthas. Okay. If we get attached to the Krishna consciousness of the devotees, then we can progress. If we get attracted to the anarthas of the devotees, we will regress. So, of course, we should get attached to the devotees, but we should also get attached to the Krishna consciousness of them. We can be inspired by anybody's Krishna consciousness. That's what we should do.
But if our attachment to the devotee is more than our attachment to Krishna, so there, at the time of death, whomever you are attached to, you are going to think about that.
But so if that attachment to devotee is more than Krishna, if that devotee is Uttamadhikari, then thinking of him and thinking of Krishna at the time of death is same. Like, for example, there's a pastime of Ramanuja's disciple. So Ramanuja was traveling, and then they were going, and Ramanuja gave his deities to his disciple. Okay. He said that please carry these deities very carefully, and then his disciple put those deities in the basket, and then he was carrying. And then later, for some reason, the disciple had to carry Ramanuja's shoes also. I don't know, I forgot what is the reason. So he had to carry Ramanuja's shoes also. So what he did, he put those shoes also in the same basket, and then he was carrying. When Ramanuja saw this, he get so shocked. He said, "What you are doing? You are putting my shoes along with the deity. It's great offense. Don't do things like this." Then that disciple, he replied, "You are taking care of your deity, I am taking care of my deity. So for you, that's your deity. For me, your shoes are my deity. So two deities are there in the basket. What is your problem?" He is so attached to Ramanuja. But that's Ramanuja. Okay. So it's like asking, if I'm so attached to Prabhupada, at the time of death, I'll think of Prabhupada, I'll go where Prabhupada is. That's the greatest good fortune what we can have. We can go where Prabhupada is. What more we want? That's the greatest good fortune we have. So, of course, if a grahastha says that my wife is chanting 16 rounds, she is a great devotee, and I am completely attached to her, I am always in the International Society for Wife Consciousness, and I am thinking of my wife, that's not very good. That's not very good. But definitely, getting attached to the lotus feet of a pure devotee has no difference. In fact, it is considered better. Because Prabhupada says that Krishna is very difficult to please. But Radharani is very easy to please. So if you try to please Srimati Radharani, then Radharani will say that this is a nice devotee, Krishna, please accept him. Then Krishna will unreservedly accept the devotee. So even Prabhupada wrote his song, Krishna Taba Punya Ho Bhai. In that he says that when Radharani is pleased, you can get mercy of Krishna. So the way to, and even Vritrasura's prayers, he actually says that that let me be attached to those devotees who are your great devotees. And even Prahlad says that how can I give up service to Narad Muni? And Dhruva also says the same thing, that in front of the Lord, Dhruva is asking the Lord, please let me be always in the association of your devotees. Because if you are attached to devotees, then Krishna will surely save us. But that should be right type of devotees and right type of attachment. That's it.
So basically, we should discriminate before.
Yeah, that is the nature of Madhyamadhikari. He should discriminate between a Kanishta, a Madhyama, and a Uttama. And then one should follow the 6 type of loving exchanges with Uttamadhikari devotee.
Thank you.
Okay, we are already 9 o'clock, 9:05. We are already 5 minutes past our time. I will close the class, and then those who want to go, they can go. So those who have some questions, you can always come to me, and then we can discuss. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande.